Melissa, and I live in the school bus. Her name is Becky. Everyone say hi, Becky. Tell her how gorgeous she looks. I've been through many eras of my life on this channel. I think there's like a large percentage of y'all that found me during my like Cocker College area. That's how I started this channel. But then another huge percentage of y'all found me when I got my Australian Shepherd puppy Freya. I've been making videos about her and all of her like monthly pup dates as she was growing up. And I started a second channel just for Freya videos. We posted a whole bunch of stuff on there so I could keep making my regular content on this one. Unfortunately, I kind of let that channel die. Your girl was kind of busy with building a bus, so we haven't posted in a very long time. More specifically, just a dog dedicated video. On a side note, we are boondocking near a shooting range. We didn't know that when we parked and settled in, so if you hear that, I'm so sorry. If you're familiar with all of the prep that we had to do to move into this bus, like the purging that we had to do with every room in our house to fit all of our belongings into this short bus, it was a crazy journey for all of my dog stuff. I had bins on bins on bins, on closets, on drawers, on just so many things. All of this stuff fits on this picnic table behind me. Let's dive in so I can show you guys every single item that we brought with us in our schoolie for our dogs. I'm gonna try to go through these like categories, and I'm gonna start with the big ones first. So dog beds. Freya went from having like, I don't know, 17 dog beds. I really wanted to make sure she had a bed in every single room in the apartment. So that was like the living room, my office, the bedroom, the downstairs. There was like, no joke, 5 or 6 of them. We downsized obviously to 2 dog beds for our 3 dogs, mainly because our dinette area converts down to a couch also for the dogs at night. And then obviously they can sleep on our beds all the time. That's usually what they do. Here's one. They're both kind of different. So this one has like a flat front. I think they're called bolsters, if I'm not mistaken, like on the sides. Freya really likes that aspect. So this is kind of her bed, even though all the dogs lay in it. Her and Beyla cuddle in it all the time. Something more specific with, you know, dogs in bus life is that sometimes we can't clean things immediately because we have to go to the laundromat. We don't have a washer and dryer on the bus, of course. So we do take these little blankets. They're just the most basic blankets ever. We have 2 of them because we usually will wrap the dog beds in a blanket so that if anything happens in the meantime of us being able to wash the dog bed, at least we have like layers to work through the dirt and grime or messes. So this will stay on the dog bed. If it gets too dirty, we're able to take this off and then they can continue laying on the dog bed, but it's a good little barrier. And then this is our second dog bed. This one's smaller. It, I guess has like, you know, ridges on it. Like it comes up a little bit, but it's not as like bolstery and not as big as the other one. It's fluffier. I think it's softer. The other one's like a memory foam. It's a really nice and expensive dog bed. I was a little delusional when picking this one out because I got a white bed. I don't know why. This thing's dirty as fuck. We haven't even had it like, I don't know, 6 months. It's less than that and it's turning brown. We literally just washed this yesterday. But I was too sad of having everything like dark and gloomy in the bus. I'm like, I want something bright and this will be so cute to just like sit out. Oh, it's gonna be so pretty. It gets so dirty. We should not have done that, but it's okay. We can talk about the dog's favorite part, which as soon as I start touching these, they're gonna be kind of all over me. Freya's coming out from inside of the bus right now to come see what I'm doing. Dog toys. We went from having a bark box subscription, so getting, you know, like 2 or 3 toys every single month, toys everywhere, to now we can only have like a set number of them. We have like outside specific toys, so this one can withstand some like water if it's left outside, along with this one and this one. So we have like 3 outdoor specific ones, and then we have like the actual like more furry ones that are your traditional dog toys. Sorry to all your dogs listening at home. And then of course we have a few bones. I didn't bring all their toys out because I honestly couldn't find them. This one we actually stole from my sister's house on accident, and my dogs stole it and took it home with us one day, and now we left the state of Georgia, so it's with us now. I know there's antlers that they have outside that they chew. We have Benabones. I really like the Benabones. They're just like, I don't know, scattered throughout. Sometimes they bury them in the bed, so I couldn't find them all. But these are definitely like all of the fluffy toys that we have with us on the bus, and this is it. We do have a Chuck-It, like the wand and the ball itself. We just keep it in the car. It's too big to store anywhere inside the bus that's easily accessible. I don't want to keep it under the bed, so the trunk is easier. As far as like cutie things go, we have a few bandanas that we took with us. The first one being my truck bandana. This is actually a person bandana, which is why it's so ginormous. But I used to put Freya in this when she was like a teeny tiny puppy when I would take her to my bike races with me. So of course this had to come. More out of like nostalgia. We have this cutie motorhome like camping print bandana. It's double-sided with like a yellow checker print on the other side, which I think is so cute. We have this yellow zebra print bandana with pink writing that says Aussies are allies, which I love. Duh. I have this Pride bandana that I got at PetSmart, I don't know, like 4 years ago, literally. And then I do have 3 of the same bandanas, one for each of the dogs. dogs for the day that we get to Colorado. Because if you've been following this journey forever, I'm dying to go to Colorado. And it's just another Trek bandana. It's black with white letters, and it's just from the Denver, Colorado store. So it says Trek Bicycle, Denver, Colorado. But because it's black, there's like Freya hair all over it. Can you see that? We have 3 different light up collars for the dogs. So we have a green one. This one's Naya's. And then we have a purple one. This one's Freya's. And then we have the pink one for Beyla. The dogs wear these whenever we take them out to go potty at night, just so we can see them. I guess while we're on the bandanas collars train, we'll go through leashes, collars, that kind of thing, the rest of them. We brought the only like actual waist lead. So obviously this can clip around your waist and then you hook your dog up to it. We usually bring this every time we go hiking with the dogs. This was Cohen's for Naya, but we definitely need more of them because they're obviously super handy. We just only own one of them. This one's more just for cutie style purposes, but it is like a crossbody leash. So it has clips on it, of course. And then I usually wear this crossbody style, has a little poo bag, book bag carrier, hook your dog up to it. This is good for if your dog actually like walks well in like either a heel or loose leash walking. This little book bag is cutie to hold the poo bag. So it has like a little zipper for your poo bags to go in here. And then it also has a zipper that I've put like treats in, or it has like a bungee in here, like a pocket. It actually is like a pocket. It has 2 pockets. If you're, you know, going on a little nature walk, you could put your keys or, you know, some cards in there. It's definitely not big enough to hold your phone, but just like small things or dog treats. That's what I put in here. Another good thing that I like about this branded thing, one, it's pink, it's cute, right? But the clasp for the dogs have this like locking feature for the carabiner, so you can twist it and lock it or unlock it, so that way your dog's not gonna come out of it. A lot of leashes have this feature, but I thought it was nice to have on something as like cutie as this, if that makes sense. This is usually my go-to since getting it for any kind of like farmers markets or just cutie things that we're gonna be walking the dogs around in. But again, we only have one of these and I want more of them. I got this at like a little boutique and this was the only one they had in stock, so that's why we only have one. I want to order from the small business again and get more that match them, because these are like matching sets. So this one is technically Beyla's because she wears pink, and that's her collar is also this brand and this material. All of the dogs have one and that brand and that material. Let me steal Naya's. Good girl. Okay, so all of them have one of these like, again, nylon leathery collars. Naya's is their large size one, so it's like thicker because she's the biggest out of the 3, and she has it in this like tan color. So I want to get her a leash in the tan that matches. But all the dogs have matching dog tags, but they're all like different colors and fun. So this one's Naya's. Hers is like a white with a gold lettering, and on the back has Cohen's phone number on it. I like to have doubles just in case something breaks, of course, or with our luck, we keep finding stray animals every time we travel somewhere, so I like having extras in case we needed to, you know, rescue or save some dogs. So we do have an extra collar for all 3 dogs as a part of their like previous sets that they had before we moved into the bus. These are like a, I don't even know, like a normal, I guess, dog collar material, so they get dirty and they stay dirty. Like Naya's used to be white. Can't really see in this lighting, but it's not white anymore. So these ones are really hard to clean, which is why moving into the bus we switched to like the leathery, nylon-y kind of material, whatever it is, because you can just wipe it clean with some water. But again, we have these as backup. So we have Freya's OG, like 3-month-old puppy one, and then we have Beyla's pink one, and then again Naya's white one, and then they all match their leashes, so it's the same like set style, like Freya's leash and Naya's leash. Beyla's is in the car for some reason, I don't know. Each dog leash has their own poo bag holder on them. We don't go anywhere without poo bags. But I'm gonna switch out Freya and Beyla's colors so I can show you the nylon ones that match Naya's. Pink one is Beyla's. Like I said, it matches the like waist leash. And then Beyla has her little dog tag on here, pink to match, of course. And then Freya's is like this tealy blue, I guess. And then she has a purple tag, which is super cute. The last 2 things, traffic leads, are what these are called. They're like 2-foot leads, one pink, one black. These are perfect if you're going somewhere and you don't want your dog to be 6 feet away from you, like a normal leash distance. When I was first teaching Freya heel and like first taking her out in public, this is what I would use, because then she couldn't go very far, and it like reinforced the position that I wanted her to be in when we would go to farmers markets that were like super busy and she couldn't be all over the place. I'm interrupting our list for a very good reason, because I have probably the most important thing on this list to tell you about, and it is something that I had on my wish list for the bus since before we even bought the bus, and it's one of these little guys, a Waggle pet monitor. This little guy lets us know the temperature inside of the bus, the humidity levels inside of the bus. It lets us know if we lose power in the bus, which is important. If we're running ACs or heaters and we're gone, we need to know. This gives me peace of mind. But you can use this in your house. You could put this wherever you want. On the interface itself, when you press this little button, it'll tell you the temperature right away. So if I'm like walking through and I also just want to know the temperature of the bus, temperatures. We can just click that and know what's going on. It'll also tell us the humidity levels on here, but the app gives you way more in-depth knowledge of what's happening. Obviously, we're in the green zone. The green zone is the safe zone. It is a zone that I set specifically for me and my pets. And then alerts start rolling in if I get into the red or if I get into the blue, which means we're too hot or we're too cold based on the parameters that I set for the bus and the animals. Right now we're perfect 66 degrees, like right in that green zone. I have it set up to text me for my alerts and just get like, you know, app notifications like you would get a text message. We've had this for a few months now and absolutely have loved it, and it's already gotten a little facelift, which I love. Below where I can see all of our levels, they now have a section for RV Sentry, which allows me to know the location of our rig at all times, which might sound silly, but of course it protects us from theft. It protects us from someone trying to get into the vehicle, drive it away. It will notify me if it is moved from its geolocation, but it also helps in crowded areas. So whenever we start going to like schoolie conventions, van conventions, and we're parked on this big field with 100 other rigs, this will allow us to locate our vehicle. Like my maps will tell me like where's my last parked location because it synced up with my car. Like that's what we got, which I love because obviously Becky doesn't have Bluetooth. We can't just know where she's parked. Aside from just telling us the current temp of the inside of the rig, it will also tell us what's going on in our area, letting us know if it's gonna be like cloudy that day, sunny that day, stormy that day. I don't have to check a million different things. I know what's going on all from one app. And I even got word that the Waggle app will soon have a vet chat feature if something's going on with any of them. Like the company is geared towards people on the road, which I love. They're geared towards taking care of your animals, which I love. And the updates and upgrades that have already happened since we got our device is going good. If you're a van lifer, a bus lifer, an apartment lifer, and you're watching this and you have animals, you need a Waggle pet monitor. Top priority, most important thing that we have for our animals and our bus. And right now you can get 55% off of your pet monitor if you use code Marissa and my link that's down below, which is wild. Aside from the pet monitor, we also have their RV mini cam, so it allows us to see the animals while we're gone as well. The security and peace of mind that Waggle just brings to our bus life journey is top tier. Waggle is also giving y'all a deal on their RV mini cams if you use code Nicole and my link down below. So all of that information will be down below if you're interested in knowing what's going on with your animals and spying on your animals while you're gone. Thank you so much to Waggle for sponsoring this section of the video. Back to the rest of the list. We do have one thing inside the bus that I'll go ahead and show you now. Our bed can be lifted and we have a whole bunch of storage. We have like our electric setup over here. This is where one of the dog beds live. This is kind of like their little dog den. Right next to it is this container, which is what we hold their dog food in, and it vaults it. We got dog food in there. While I have y'all here as well, we'll show you the pet fence that we have and a couple of other like outdoorsy things that we have for the dogs before we finish off my picnic table stack. We have this outdoor pet fence that it's specifically from a brand for like RVs and camping and whatnot. Obviously you can get way more panels. You can make this huge, you can make this small. They have different heights they got going on here. But this comes in handy obviously to keep the dogs in if we don't want them hooked up to leads, but they just want to hang out and like wrestle and play or just chillax. It has, you know, a door on it so we can enter and exit and get the dogs in and out. So good for obviously our lifestyle. This fucking shooting range. Other things that we have is if the dogs are outside and they're not in here, then they're hooked up to long leads. And we have this silver one and we have two red ones. So we have 3 of them, obviously for 3 dogs. But typically our 2 red ones are for these 2. And then this gray one is longer than the 2 red ones. And I'll use the gray one basically as a runner between 2 trees and kind of like, you know, put it up high and then hook those red long leads to the gray long leads so they can like run side to side, back and forth. Like it gives them way more mobility than just one attachment point. The bus already had this attached to it when we got it, so we use it as one attachment point usually to Freya because she's not crazy, and then Beyla's just hooked up wrapped around our back deck here so that way she can't go anywhere. I guess talking like outdoorsy, since we talked about the leads and the fence, one thing that we have is a mud buster, which is what we use to like clean their paws if they get just wrecked. We've only used this less than 5 times, but I think it's good in emergencies. If you've never seen this doohickey before, it just has a whole bunch of little rubber things in it. You fill it with a little bit of soapy water or just water and you're able to just like dunk their paws in it and it kind of cleans them off. Other than, you know, general flea and tick medication, we do use this brand, which is Wondercide Flea and Tick Spray on the dogs, on us, on everything we own, their dog beds, our bed, the couch. I notice a difference. So like if I spray it before we're doing outdoorsy things in the woods and stuff, the dogs and us don't come home with ticks on them. And then we have dog shampoo, of course, whenever they get baths. Right now we have the Burt's Bees oatmeal shampoo. We obviously have nail clippers, duh. And then we have food bowls. Our dogs don't eat out of regular food bowls forever. They'll either eat by getting trained, so from my hand, or they're gonna eat in puzzles, that kind of thing. Freya and Beyla usually eat out of these, which is like our daily feeder. These are really soft, so they're not like a hard spike. It's just rubber. This piece is really easy to clean, which is nice. And then we have two different actual like slow feeders for Naya, because that girl, she golfs this shit down. And then we have this bin. This is mainly full of, I guess, like hiking supplies. Cohen did a really good job of like deep cleaning the dog area. I haven't even looked to see like what he's put in here, but he said it's like mainly hiking stuff. So we're gonna take a peek together. We have my tried and true. This has been with me since day one. Got this for Freya when she was 8 weeks old, so 4 years of this treat pouch. It's like a crossbody treat pouch. I love this thing. Poo bags in the back. There's a special little zipper for it. It also has a clip, so you can clip it to, I don't know, like a pocket, your pants. It also has loops, because you can detach this crossbody, put it through the loops, and wear it as a belt if you don't like the crossbody aspect. Mesh front pouch, which I usually put like my phone in while we're hiking or walking or whatever. A zipper pouch up front, which you could put your keys in or stuff like that if you're also going on a walk. So it like kind of doubles as a purse, but it's not super big. Drawstring enclosed compartment for the treats, which is also a must. And the inside is wipeable. It's a cleanable material, which I really, really like. And then I like that you can drawstring it closed so that you don't spill anything, of course. This one, on the other hand, is just because it's cute. Okay, this one is like purse vibes, and it's kind of dirty. Sorry. This was like super big, I don't know, like 2 years ago, I feel like. This style of purse, I forget the knockoff, or like this is a dupe for that style, but it's like a dog brand made it. It has this mini little doohickey on it, which usually I'll throw some other treats in. I don't even know what you're supposed to put in here. Poo bags on the side. I don't know if you can see that. So you can like pull them out of here. I usually keep it short so you're not seeing it. There's also a zipper pocket on the front. So if you wanted to put, you know, your keys or something else in here. The main zipper is like this whole thing. And then there's a mesh holder for the poo bags in here. There is one zipper pocket on the inside. Other than that, it's just like one big guy. So you can just throw a whole bunch of treats in here, or you can use this part as your purse. Put some treats in here, I guess. I feel like sometimes that I've used this, I've brought the treats in a Ziploc baggie so I could put it in the main compartment with my other things, and then that way like there's not just like free treats rolling around in there. But this one's definitely cuter, so if we're going to a patio dinner or patio lunch, like I'm bringing this one because this one's cute. Acts as a purse, doesn't look like a training treat pouch, if that makes sense. And then we have our harnesses, which is what we use to go hiking in mainly. There's a handle in the back and a handle in the front if you need to like pick your dog up for some things. You have a back attachment point for the leash or a front attachment point for the leash, which I really like the options. It is heavy duty. This shit is great. This one was Freya's originally. This is the one that Freya wears when we go hiking. There is also still a back attachment and a front attachment on this one, which I do like. It's just not as long, so it's not as like heavy duty for, you know, rough terrain, which is fine. Ideally, I would like to get 2 of them in this brand, but we're working with what we got and it's okay. This one gets the job done. And then we have Naya's harness, which is just basic. Again, we just want to have a harness for them when we go hiking because the handles are really great if we need to like pick them up over logs and stuff like that. But Naya's isn't that, you know, strenuous. It's just one of those really basic like Julius ones. If you've been around, you know. These, tried and true. These aren't even for dogs, but obviously I use them for my dogs. For high value wet food or wet treats, I put peanut butter in this, I put wet food in this, I'd put Greek yogurt in it for training purposes, or also while we're out and about. So usually if I take them to a farmer's market, I'll bring something in this because this is we're locked in. And then we have 3 little collapsible bowls for the dogs for when we go hiking. Simple, easy, gets the job done. We have a few toys in here. We have a giant Kong, of course. We have 2 topples. I love the topples. Oh, here comes Freya. She's like, I know what those are, bitch. I love a topple combo. And then do you remember these? This is from when you were so itty bitty, you were so little. Oh my goodness. These are just like little toothy balls that they can chew on. If you've been around, you know, I usually put just like dog food in between the teeth. And then I have in the past like smeared peanut butter over it. You can freeze it for a little bit, so they have to lick it and then they have to like really get in there and get the dog food out. Obviously we love mental enrichment around here. I almost forgot. With like the dog bowls, we have this Yeti water bowl. This is the only water bowl we have. All 3 dogs and the cats drink from this. It just sits in the bus all day long, or we'll take it outside with us. It has a rubber bottom, which is great, so it's not sliding around on our little hardwood floors inside the bus. The metal inside keeps the water really cold for hot days, so 10 out of 10. Brittany and Zach bought this for Cohen years ago for like Naya and stuff, so obviously this has come with us on the bus. But while we wrapped up our mental enrichment, we have a few more things. We do have some ice cream, some Kongs in here that we have ready for them that we've been freezing, so kind of want to give them to the dogs today. One for Naya, one for Freya, one for Beyla. And then we also have little sticky mats. These ones are usually what we use when we give the dogs baths because you can like stick that up to the wall. I'm gonna give Beyla the tiny one because she can have an upset tummy sometimes and she doesn't need this much peanut butter. Good girl, other paw. Good girl. Yes, good girl. Good girl. Yes. 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 Touch. Good girl. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Pop. Good girl. Beautiful. Oh, no. Good girl. Nice. And now we have happy doggos for the next, 20 or 30 minutes or longer, preferably. And that is everything that we brought in our converted schoolie for our dogs. At the beginning I said, wow, this isn't a lot. It's definitely not a lot compared to what I had. But as we were going through it, I was like, you know what, we did kind of bring a lot, and I'm okay with it. Everything that I brought, I'm happy with. And a lot of the things that I wanted to bring with us, but like we just did not have the space for, I still kept, and it's in storage because I do love those items as well. So I hope you guys enjoyed getting a peek at it. Like I said, I'll post one specifically for Kitty. We'll do a separate video for her, of course, just so you guys can see what kind of things we have for Kitty laying around. Every single item that we talked about today will be linked down below. So if you wanted to check out anything that I talked about, you know where to find it. If you haven't subscribed yet, you definitely should if you're interested in bus vlogs or, dog vlogs, that kind of thing. But thank you so much for watching. I love you guys so much, more than you'll ever know, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.